I have a challenge in the collapsed entrepreneur area. I have strong ethics as I've never done anything coercive in my 15 years of sales. I have space. I'm on disability. I have a niche, energy, psychology, address depression rooted in self-denial in men 25 55. I have a strong point of view on my social media. My business model needs work, and I'm not clear in hubs, but I'm sharing well. Okay, so I've got the situation. So what's the question there?
I'm having trouble with making connections with certain community members in the Clarkson, Lorne Park, Mississauga area. I don't know where I would start. And the other is like I've recently introduced a promotion, 50% off to reduce risk on my sessions. I've done a lot of the work that you've done with the workbook that you've got, the Marketing Revenue Starter Kit. There's a lot of other things I've listened to that I've done, free ebooks on my point of view. And I've also done a pre PDF download so it would help people understand if they're the right fit for me.
Okay.
So a very concise, not concise, well, somewhat concise, but an in-depth analysis of what if they're the right fit. So I think I've done everything I can. It's just a matter of getting people to, and I don't have a lot of money for ads. I'm on disability. I'm on limited amounts of money. We've had to refinance our mortgage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just don't know where I should really.
You're familiar with the idea of a signature workshop?
No, I'm not familiar with that one.
Okay, this is the thing. So actually for most of you, this is the thing. There's nothing better I've found for service providers than getting in front of people and talking about what you do. So if it's online, we're talking about a 1 hour presentation, 60 minutes. If it's in person, it can be 2 or 3 hours. It's fine. So Nelson, the thing I'd recommend is find people in your area, if you're wanting to do it locally, who are already connected to men. Yeah, but who might men who are struggling with depression who might be willing to host you to come in for a presentation.
Oh, host me because I'm hosting one this Sunday,
Okay,
but I
great.
don't have a lot of people. I don't have a lot of people RSVPing right now.
Bingo. Yeah, because we our lists are only so big. But you find somebody who you think might have access to a list of people like that who could bring you in. And you go to them and you say, look, and so part of it could be say they may just do it out of the goodness of their own heart because it's introducing something good to their people. But you could also say, look, you can host the workshop. Normally it's free, but if it's local, I mean, you might charge 25 bucks, but then let the host have all the money. The host keeps all the money. You say anyone who comes, you get the money for it. And then this incentivizes them to spread the word. But it could also be, hey, if they decide to work with me at the full price package, I'll give you a cut of that if they sign up. I'll give you, let's say, a percentage of that, a finder's fee if they end up working with me. But regardless of that, they bring you in and say, yeah, I was meeting with Nelson and I really loved what he had to say about depression for men. And so I'm doing a session. And it could be on, I might call it something like, a session for men struggling with depression and those who love them. So, other people can come because you may find that it's the partners of the men who come who are trying to help their partner and they kind of come as the emissary to check you out. But I would consider that of getting in front of groups. It could also be men's groups. I might really look at all the local men's groups you can find because some of these men's groups, they're not therapy, they're accountability stuff. They're setting goals. Some of them, it's, yeah, sharing feelings. But maybe Frank, who's in the group, has been depressed for years, and the people who lead those men's groups might really like to know about you. And it could be to bring you in to present. That's possible. And it could also be just that they have you in their back pocket to refer to their people. But I would certainly like that. I don't see what you're doing as competition for the men's groups. I see this as something that would add to it. It's a complementary thing. It doesn't replace a men's group. And my guess is in your area alone, there will be dozens and dozens of men's groups. I would check out what are they called? Mankind Project. Then I would just start Googling men's groups, Ontario, men's groups in this area, where would I find them? And then you get in front of them and you present. And if you can't get in front of them, you at least go for coffee or lunch with the person who's the hub of that network. There might be men's business networks. Yeah, I would just keep looking around and you'll start to find out because once you get in front of them and they get to see you, this is the game changer because they get a sense of you and your vibe. They get to hear your point of view because this is the challenge. We'll put together a workbook, a PDF, but who reads it? They might download it, but then not read it. Whereas a live presentation, they're there. It's happening.
Yeah, I do have some a healing, knowing, and growing group on Meetup. And there is a mix of women and men do show up. And there are some men that show up regularly because they get their supported epiphanies from those situations, and a lot of them have had huge transformational career shifts because of some of the conversations we've had and guidance I've provided.
Start to ask yourself, like, where would I find these men? Where are they hanging out? The kind of men who would be open to this energetic approach. Where might I find them? And then can you go and speak at those events or go to those networking events, and just start to, but and this is key for everybody. When you go to networking events, don't go to networking events looking for clients. You go to the networking event looking for hubs. So that will also change the type of networking event you go to. You think, where are the networking events where the people who are connected to my people, where they go? Because then you're there and you're chatting with them and you say, hey, we could host a workshop. I've got this workshop I do. Maybe you might want to bring it in for your people. And then so that's the basic idea. Now, in terms of the content of the signature workshop, there's four elements to it. Number one is your story. That's like 5 minutes. And the story you share the low point, the turning point, and the high point. So basically, the low point is here, if you'd struggled with depression, be like, here was the worst day. This was the darkest day of the thing. Like, just in case you think, I don't get it, I get it. Second is the turning point where that was the aha moment. That was the, oh, everything's different now. Now that I've heard that or seen that. So for me, I mean, the darkest day for me was the having my Uncle Art snap at me because he's saying, you don't need to wheel and deal me, because I was using all these manipulative tactics on him. The turning point was hearing Ari Galper share about go for the truth of if it's a fit, not go for the sale. And then the high point is kind of what's happened since. What's happened since I built this whole business from it. So that's the first part, but that's only really 5 minutes. It's just real quick. It's a credibility thing. Then second, you share your point of view. So here's my take on why men, in this age range struggle with depression so much. This is my opinion. And then third is the what you could call the breakthrough experience, the aha experience. So that could be a visualization, it could be a journaling exercise, it could be a story that you share, but there's usually something that you share that's the kind of the mic drop moment that people suddenly get it at a visceral level, right? They see something different after doing that. And so that could be a physical exercise you get them to do during the call, but it's something that helps wake them up. It shows them a blind spot. They're going to be different after this, even if in a small way. And fourth is here's the pitch. Here's what I've got. This is what my colleague Bradley calls the call to adventure. So like if this basically, but the pitch is just saying, if this all made sense to you and you resonate with it, here's what I've got. That's it. And then the key is to just do it again and again and again. And every time you do it, somebody hosts you. The question I'd be asking them is there anyone else you can think of who might want to host this, who might want to bring me in? And almost guaranteed they'll have somebody. Like if you go for lunch with a hub and you say to them, here's what I'm doing, here's who I help. Is there anyone you can think I should talk to in town or online? Almost guaranteed they're going to have one or two people for you. It's like, oh yeah, you should talk to this person. And then when you talk to those people, you say, is there anyone else I should talk to? Is there anyone else you can think of who might want to host this or who might be a good connection for me? Ad infinitum. You just keep asking and you slowly build this constellation of these hubs.
That's awesome. That actually helps. There's that collapsed entrepreneur in me that's just starting to look up at the sky with a sense of optimism. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Bless you for your work.
Thank you so much. I hope to bless many more men with my work.
Oh, I think you will.
Thank you so much, Tad, again. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you too.
God bless you.